to take you through a workout on how to use the Horizon ball for a full body workout. This is a great balance trainer for really all levels. This is going to be more of a level one, and we're going to keep it. I'm going to keep it simple, but talk to you about options. So I'm going to do a workout and training. It's just not a simple training, okay? Because sometimes I will just teach, sometimes I work out. This is going to be a little bit of everything. I'm going to go through about 15 exercises. I'm not basing it on time. I may base it on reps. I'm going to kind of play a little bit and see how my time goes because I've got 15 exercises and I want to stretch. A couple things to note. Your Horizon ball balance trainer comes with some resistance band that has clips, and you can clip it. You have little areas on the side of the top of the dome that you can clip your bands into. Now, truth be told, I have several different bands from different products from Life Pro. So when I pulled these out, I had 3 different lengths. So I picked this length, and then I made a knot and tied it. And you can, make them tighter by tying it. But remember, in resistance training, you're not trying to muscle it. You want range of motion in your joints so the resistance up and down the muscle and the joint are working. So unlike weights where we've got a concentric and an eccentric move, this is going to be kinder on your joints. And I use a lot of resistance training in my works with my clients. So anyhow, welcome everybody. I'm glad you're in here. And if you haven't joined me live, we're putting this on the VIP page. You can find it on the Life Pro page and also on YouTube. So welcome. Please let me know where you're viewing from. Also, let me know if you have the Horizon ball trainer. Also, let me know if you've got any questions. I may not directly answer them during this session. I will try. I like to keep our sessions about 30 minutes because I don't know about you, but I check out. So I want to get more, workout and information to you. And I'm happy to answer through private message or in the chat later on if you have questions. As you know, the balance trainer comes with the Life Pro Mini Stability Ball. So have that handy. We'll be using that. Have your bands handy. And as always, we have our chart. And I think my camera auto-corrects. So if I fade out, it's just because it's auto-correct. It's auto-focusing. The balance ball chart. I love these things. And you see how it's kind of shiny because I laminate mine. I like to laminate them so that they don't get tattered and torn. And, you can always stick them up on walls. I don't do that for the sake of a plain surface, but these are great to have. And there's some great ideas. And some of these might be a little intense for any of us, but, you do the best you can. My whole concept in training my clients is quality movement, not necessarily quantity, but it depends what your goals are. So if you are brand new and you're just trying to get used to this, your goal may be just to feel stable, feel comfortable. But remember, this is a round surface and it's squishy. So you'll never be perfectly still. We're creating better balance for you. That's the whole idea. You're going to strengthen all of your leg muscles, your glutes, your abs, your shoulders, everything. So let's dive into the workout because I don't want to spend a lot of time chatting because I'm sure you're interested in what the heck can I do with this balance trainer? I've got it. I know I can step on it. I know it's wobbly and wiggly. I get that. But what can I do? So let's start. And I actually, I can give you this list. I can put it in the chat later on. I have it all typed out. The 15 exercises I'm doing. And I'm actually going to bring this back a little bit more so you can see me. Okay, make sure you've got water handy. And at any time, if you're joining me or following me, you may want to watch me first and then pause and then rewind and repeat, whatever your training style is. But take breaks when you need to because this might be a little more than you're used to. If it's not, if you want to amp it up, your road, your ride. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with breathing. So I want you to just stand tall, take a big breath in, exhale all this stale air out. Do that again. Inhale through your nose and exhale out. Check your posture, ears over shoulders, shoulders over hips, hips over knees, knees over ankles. Now, what's going to happen is you'll want to look down all the time to find the top of the dome. But I want you to look down once and know that it's right there, okay? And then from this point on, we're going to try not to drop our head, okay? I want you to just feel it. So we're going to toe tap and tap. I'm going to do this nice and easy warm-up just for you to feel how far away that balance trainer is. And you're breathing with it, and you're letting your arms swing, just letting some movement happen in the knee and the hip and the shoulders and breathing. Okay, so let's keep with me on this. I'm going to add on, as I do with everything, so you can start with that easy tap. And if you think this is not enough, tap, tap, hop, hop. It's a little quicker here, okay? And force the stale air out. Now, if this becomes too much, just tap. And you see how now my knees are going out? I'm doing a little crisscross. Arms and legs, crisscross. Getting more rotation in my hips and my shoulders. Okay? I'm going to add on to the arms. We're going to go up and down, crossovers. Okay, we've got about 30 more seconds of this. Now again, if this is too slow for you, you can kick it up anytime, okay? Maybe you try a few, and then you go, whoa, that got my heart rate going. Come down to this. Crossover in your chest, open and close. Open and close. And just try a few of these. You can go really quick, and the heart rate's sure to get up. Good, and bring it back down. So that was our front taps and our crossovers. We call them soccer taps. Now we're going to go to one side. So, side tap. Here it is, okay? So you feel it. Make sure you're not on a slick surface. You may want to put a mat underneath your balance trainer, but make sure when you're here, knee up, okay? So you're going to tap, find the center, and arms can swing with you. Tap. Here's now a little challenge of balance. Up, up. Now if that's too much, tap, lean. Tap, lean, okay? Those are your options. I'm going to be here for about 15 more seconds, then I'm going to go to the other side. I hope I have enough room. I might have to move this over. And I'm just letting my arms go side to side. I'm working. Oop, I'm out of focus. That's my camera. It does that when I move too fast. Hit that focus. There we go. Okay, now let's go to the other side. So let me move this over. I thought I had enough room. Yeah, so if I get fuzzy in these videos, just know it's my technology. It's causing me to, I'm going to cross over. Causing a little autofocus problem. Okay, so this is all we're doing. Remember, you can just tap up, down, or just tap, lean. Tap, lean, get used to that, right? Whatever works for you. But 15 more seconds, letting the triceps contract and release as I bend my elbows. That's 5 seconds. And my heart rate's coming up. I can feel it. I actually put my watch on to see what my heart rate was going to do. Great. So that was our warm-up, 3 exercises. Roll your shoulders out. Now, I jump into core right away because I want to make sure you're connecting. So we're going to do a exercise called bear pose knee lifts. Now, you have 2 options. You can either put your hands on the side of the dome. My thumbs are pointing in, and your knees are under your hips. Make sure that's true. Okay, I'm going to show you that. I'm going to do 10 like this. Exhale. Okay. Now, if you don't like your hands like this, I'm going to show you the option. But let's stay with me on this. Breathe. Push down to lift up. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Your option, and let's do a set of these. Let's do about 10 of these. Going to be a little more unstable for many of us, but I like it because it's working on shoulder strength. Hands wide. You can always hold on to the sides if that works for you. Put a little tiny bend in your elbows. I tend to hyperextend. That's not a good thing always, okay? So Let's go lift. Feel the difference, how unstable you are? You can try both. Always challenge yourself. You're lifting from your center. So belly up. I'm not dropping my head. I'm pressing my shoulder blades apart. 5 more. Blow all that stale air out. 3, 2, and 1. Remember, you can put a towel under your knees if that floor is really hard for you. Okay, since I'm here, I'm going to work into a tricep press up. So, first level, either on the flat part or the dome. Watch what I do with my shoulders. I bring my shoulders forward and I push. I bend and extend. I'm in a quadruped position. Watch your neck and your neck. Bring the chest forward and push away. Inhale and exhale. Press through the finger pads. If you're good with this, you may want to go ahead and plank it out and bend and extend. Probably a little more challenging. But again, it's just a little bend and extend. Or you can go deeper and push. But don't let your elbows go past the ribs, okay? Doesn't work very well for the shoulders and neck. It's actually not very healthy at all. So bend for 4, 3, here's 2, belly stays in, and 1. Great, so you're gonna shake out those wrists because you might feel a little bit. The more you do this, the stronger you get in the armpits and better flexion you have in your wrists, the less pain you'll have. Now, I flipped around because I'm gonna go into a set of crunches. So these are gonna go, I'm gonna progress into these. What I like to do is, I'm gonna get on the dome, that's what I'm calling this, and I'm gonna kind of sit my butt here, and there's a little ridge. I'm gonna slide, I'm not sitting on the ridge. You might be slippery in your clothes. And I hope you guys can see me. I'm sorry I'm wearing gray, but the gray is turning into black on the screen. And I didn't mean that. I probably should have worn a lighter shirt. So I'm holding my knees right now, and I can feel pushing into there. Start here. Actually, this is where this guy comes in handy because it helps you to work your pelvic floor. So let me reset here, okay? Pushing in, squeezing the ball. Hands here. We're going to roll back and exhale. Now we're going to progress with this as you feel stronger, and I'll show you what that means. You can roll back further and arms can come up and over. Or if your head really does, your neck bothers you, hands behind the head, tilt the chin and reach, okay? So again, what works for you, breathe in, press down, exhale, reach. And we've got just about 4 more of those. Inhale, tuck the chin, exhale. I'm not jamming my chin. I have a fist distance, so I'll bring my head back. And I never jam my chin in. I don't want to crank on my neck. Last 2. Squeeze that ball. That's going to be so helpful for you. And 1. Great. Okay, so that was our basic crunch. Now I'm going to add on to a little bit of that. So let's just do a quick little side bend. And I got my knees bent. And I'm going to stretch up my obliques a little bit. Take a little commercial break here. This should feel good. Come back. You're going to flip around. My knees are bent. And I'm going to drape over the dome and stretch. So you can repeat that set of crunches, or here's the challenge. I'm not going to use my stability ball. I'm going to anchor my feet. Now I'm only going to do 8 on each side. Hands behind the head. I'm going to roll back halfway. My knee comes up. So here's what happens here. I'm going to tuck, twist, and then I'm going to stretch my leg out. Exhale. Roll it back. You don't have to go back all the way. Here's 3. I'm really driving into my right foot. 4 more of these. Exhale, turn your shoulders. Left elbow back, right elbow forward. Last 2. Oh, these are some work. And 1. Now, other side. Here's an option for you. If you're like, oh, I don't like my leg out, that's fine. You can start here. Here's your twist. The foot can come down and you pick it up. Okay, so I gave you 3 different options. Regular crunches, back and forth, oblique crunches with knee up, or oblique crunches with leg extension. Okay, so you could layer it or change it around however you see fit for your goal. One more time. And back. Good, and then roll yourself to the side and come up. Okay, so it's time to work a little bit more, bigger muscle groups, our legs. And I'm gonna be working on lunges, attaching the band. I hope you're with me. Make sure you get some water. I think that's a good idea. I think I'll hydrate. So again, if you have any questions, now is the time. Heart rate will come up on this one. It's kind of like a little bit of a interval training here. So the clips are super easy to attach. You may decide you're going to attach them and leave them attached so you don't have to stop your workout. So I'm going to clip on one and clip on the other. Okay, here's our lunge series. I love lunges. And if you are like me and are concerned about knees, because I always am, my knees are pretty darn healthy, but it's really technique, okay? So first thing I want you to do, just like in our warm-ups, leg extends, and you're gonna bend over and make sure you feel like you're far enough back. I should actually go to the side. It's probably better that you see me from the side. Okay, so I'm gonna take a step. I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna take a step and I'm gonna lunge in. So I know that that's a pretty good place for me to be, okay? So to lunge, but what I'm going to add is a shoulder press. I'm gonna bicep curl and extend and back. And extend, okay? We'll do 8. I'm picking the number 8 because I want to add on to this. Watch my back heel. It rolls up and I'm a little more unstable. Watch my back knee. Okay? We're going to hold this next one. Hold it here and we're going to press up and down. 8 of these. 2, 3, down and up. 4, woo, a little unstable. 5, exhale, 6, and 8. Good. Shake it out. Oh yeah, that's getting the heart rate up here. Okay. Let's go to the other side. Same thing. So I take a big step. My hips are square. And I'm going to bend in. I want to make sure that feels right for me. Okay. And then what I'm going to actually do is go out to the side and reach out. Okay, you're going to roll that back heel off the ground. Get 4 more of these. Press into the dome. So I'm keeping my foot planted. That way I don't have to worry about finding the dome every time. Now hold here. Lift the back heel. We're going to have palms up. I'm going to do a bicep curl and extend. I'm going to bend my elbows and then lengthen out. And down and stretch. This is 4. You don't have to go too low. 5. Find a focal point to stare at. 6. Feel your foot on the dome. 7. And 8. And release. Oh, you're going to feel it in your quads and your glutes and arms. So move up. Keep yourself moving. Okay. So my next exercise is called knee ups with repeater. Now I'm going to kind of choke up a little bit. My hands are at my side here, right? Now I'm going to kick back and bring my knee up. I'm hinged forward. Let's go for 6 on this side. Total of 8. Great. Okay, other side. Same thing. So we're doing tricep kickback. Okay, you're looking to keep your hands at your hips to start. Okay, so I'm going to knee up and kick. Knee comes up. I can put all my weight on top of the dome. This side is really unstable for me today. I have no idea why. 4, pull the chin in. 3, 2, and 1. You can make those as quick as you want. Now from here, I'm going to add a hip extension. First leg. Now the extension is going to be straight arms back, okay? I'm hinging forward, and I'm going to choke up again, okay? And my arm back, leg back. I'm kicking back. You can even wrap this if you want. I'm not gripping. I've got my fingers straight. I'm working that glute, putting my abs in, pressing down to lift up. 4, 3. Feel that right back butt cheek. 2. Actually, both sets of glutes. Okay, let's switch up. My heart rate's coming up. Yours will too, I'm sure. Okay, hinge over, line up that knee or the ankle, lift the back leg. I'm not kicking the foot, I'm lifting the thigh. Again, not a stable side today, but my mantra is, I'm working every day for better balance. Every move I make helps me to create better balance. 4 more. Embracing the sway. 3, 2, and 1. Yep, heart rate's definitely up on that. Now, my last thing I'm going to do for this series is a side squat. And with this one, I'll show you from the side, but I want to show you from the front. It actually is a better training angle. I'm going to use the opposite handle. I'm at my side, so my squat looks like this, okay? Chin in, head's not here, chin in, belly in, and then when I squat, I lift and lift, okay? So let's do it. This one's sure to get your heart rate up. Okay, you with me? Be careful you don't trip over anything. Okay, so you want to make sure you've got a good line here. I don't really lift any higher because that goes in my neck. Okay, so we squat and lift. Big nose over your knee and exhale. Soft landing, sink down for 4, 3, long line here, 2, and 1. Only 8 to 10 reps, give or take a few. It's up to you. More is not always better. Quality, not quantity. Okay, so let's set it up. Feel that line. Sink down, nice and soft. We're going to do 8. Find a focal point, breathe in, exhale. And press down right into that leg. 3, abs tight. 4, hand can go behind the head. 5, and 8. Whew, okay, great. When my heart rate's up, you can hear me breathing, panting a little bit. So it's a good explosive move. Grab some water. Let the heart rate come down because we're going to come down. So we're on exercise number 11, hip lifts. You're going to be on the floor, so bring your heart rate down. Now, you want to keep the handles attached. You're going to use them later. We're going to have 2 options. You're on your back, and you can be on the dome side with your feet, or you can take it over with dome side down, okay? I am going to stay with dome side up today. It's just a preference. Is one better or worse? It's your preference. But I like to use the sky, okay? So I'm going to put the ball, instead of my knees, I'm going to put it between my thighs. And I don't need these guys really. You could do some stuff with them, but I'm just going to keep it simple. Shoulders flat, squeeze the ball, breathe in, and we're not going to roll up. That's a roll. I want to lift. Press up, down, squeeze, exhale. Now people tend to cramp here, and that's just because you're not using your glutes. If you are cramping, then I want you to squeeze, curl up and roll down. Now, the other thing is, you see how I'm turning my head? Don't turn your head. Keep looking right over the ball. Shoulders are flat, and you curl up or you drop and lift. It's a hip thrust down. For 4, 3, you don't even have to touch the ground. You can just hover. 2, 1. That's your first set. You should start feeling it. Inner thighs are working. Second set. I'm going to give you some options too, because it's all about options. Hands can hold here. You're going to bring your right leg up, lift. As that butt comes down, your foot comes down, and you lift. Okay? That's one option for your second set. You do 8 on each side. Okay? And I'm going to do it too with you, because I don't think we could ever do enough butt stuff. It helps you get out of chairs a lot easier when your glutes are strong. Let's go 3 more each side. Lift, knee to the sky. 2 more. Shoulders are anchored. Last one, tabletop. Great. Now, the third option, again, still level 1, just a little more challenging because you guys are going to get stronger if you keep doing this stuff. Ball behind the knee. Now, I'm just going to lift up, pressing into my left leg. And you can reach your arms up or arms wide or arms to the side. But it's all in this glute for 5, 4. I got my hands on my hips to make sure I'm even up. 3. Exhale, 2. Exhale, 1. Now, hold it up and squeeze this ball. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Holy smokes, it's hamstrings, guys. There'll be a stretch momentarily. Okay, ball behind the knee, level hips, fingertips, peace fingers on your hips just to be sure. Gaze over your knees, take a breath in to prepare. Exhale, lift. 8 of these. Push down to lift. Elbows can be off the floor. It's less balance or it's less stability. 4 more. Last 2. Last one. Hold it here and squeeze. 8, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And release. Whoo, yeah, baby. Roll over to the side carefully. Come on up. So a lot of hamstrings on that last set when we do single legs, but glutes for sure. Now, since I work my hamstrings, I want to stretch them out while I work my posture muscles. So I'm going to take my band. I'm going to crisscross. I'm holding on to there's little plastic stays, if you will, or you can hold on the handles, and my elbows are wide. Now, I'm going to flex my feet. See how my knees are slightly bent? Yours might be too, because I need you to sit up. But if you can, straighten your legs, and we're going to pull. Now, if you find you can't sit up, no worries. Roll back, and then do a C curve. So this is a Pilates move. You're using your abdominals. You know what? I just thought of this. This is, I kind of create on the job. Press your back into here. You're going to do some abs while you're lengthening out your hamstrings. Oh yeah, I like it. So it's supported, tuck your chin, crisscross over. Let's go a row. Elbows up, shoulders down. Exhale, push your heels into the side of the dome. Give me 5, 4, breathe out 3, 2, and 1. Excellent, guys, roll it up. Now, I've only got 3 more exercises before we finish. We're almost to that. Let's see, I started I talked for about 4 minutes. We're about 24 minutes into the workout. Perfect, okay. We're gonna go into a forearm plank I call it a single leg jack. Now, options, I kind of like the dome for this. I'm gonna squeeze the dome. My elbows are directly under my shoulders. I'm squeezing the dome, and here's my plank, okay? One leg out, and then the other leg out. You don't have to go far. Exhale, squeeze and push down into the dome. Now these might be a little more advanced for you, but you start here. One leg out, other leg out, okay? But I really want you to try this, guys. Just a few more. That means 3 each side. Strong in the shoulders. Squeeze that dome. Last one. And then you're going to take a nice child's pose. Drop your head, stretch out your back. Excellent. Now, there's an alternative to this. It's a full jumping jack. That would be level 2. We're not even going to do that today. So now the next thing I want to work on is knee push-ups. Walkovers, they're called. On your toes, they're really hard. But today, level 1, you got this, okay? Hands here. I'm going to have my knees out just a little bit. Makes it a little harder, okay? But this is my full plank, remember? So I want to bring my knees down. My shoulders are over my wrist, but I'm going to bend my elbows, okay? So that's my push-up. Right hand in the center, Let me move this out of the way. Left hand on the floor, I'm gonna press over, switch hands, and over. Chest down, elbows wide, and over. Okay, this is how we start to get stronger. Doing our push-ups, one arm at a time. Breathe in, push away. This is 4. Now, if you want to try it, up and over, and up and over. Those are tough, right? Maybe one knee comes down, over and over, right? You have variations. Just give it your best. Let's do one more with knees on, down. Some people like to jump up and switch, right? Like that, jump. A little more impact, only if your shoulders are safe and healthy. That gave me a little cardio burst doing that. Okay, so the last thing we're gonna do in our series is called oblique side-ups. Super for the waistline muscles. So your first option, kind of like when we did a stretch, my knees are bent, and I'm just gonna go ahead and reach over. I don't think I need this ball for anything right now, okay? Now, your hand is gonna stretch, and you're gonna slide, okay? So that's your first option. I'm sliding. You may, because I have a lot of clients that like to drop their head, bring your elbow up, okay, and slide. Stretch, okay? 4 more, exhale. Maybe you wanna work it more without the hand. That's harder. Last 2. Last 1. Great, okay, so I'm gonna show the other side, other options. Remember what the first option is. Knees bent, the hand glides, bottom hand glides, top hand holds your head. So on this one, what I'm gonna do, get myself back here. I'm gonna have my legs scissored. My back leg is, my top leg's behind me, front leg. So it's a scissor, okay? I'm gonna be kind of on the dome. And my hand, my elbows under my shoulder, I'm gonna do like a little tricep press up, okay? That's one option. Still in a level 1, but with straight legs. Level 2, much harder. And exhale, and I'm sliding. Let's try this again. There we go. Yeah, this is probably more level 2. So let's just stay with the hands glide. For 4, get that stretch. 3, I really like what's going on my hip here though. 2, and last 1. Awesome. Okay guys, that was 15 exercises in about 30 minutes. So don't forget, time to stretch. And we're gonna stretch first. Let me get up, I gotta straighten my ponytail. We're gonna stretch first with one knee on the top of the dome. Again, watch your straps so they're not caught. And I like to do a nice hip flexor stretch here. This knee, shin is on, and I'm gonna take my foot forward. Let me show you from this side, this angle. Okay, hips are square, foot's forward, you're gonna lean. Pull your belly in and feel that hip stretch. And go ahead and take a big stretch up. Push down on the bent knee. From here, you can stretch your hamstring out, flex your foot, hinge from your hip. Maybe you feel the dome, but I don't want you to drop your head. I want you to keep your back super, super flat. Pull the hips back. Make sense? Great hamstring stretch. Okay, let's do the other side. Knee goes behind the hip joint. Watch this knee. Press down, chest is lifted, belly pulled in, glute engaged, and stretch up. I even like to put my hand behind my head so I don't lift my chin, I just lift my eyes. And then hinging forward, pull the toe up. This might be enough stretch for you today. Okay, a little bit of balance. If you want more, keep hinging from the hips. Fingertips rest on the bow, so you pull the chin in. Drive the pinky toe toward the knee. So good. All right, 2 more stretches, and then you guys are out of here. And my friend Jen just put in the chat a bunch of videos I have done over the past year or so that actually was last May in June. I did a series with the dumbbells and the balance trainer. And I also did 4 videos, 4 live streams of Pilates on the Horizon balance trainer. So check those out too, guys. They're in YouTube, but we put them there so you know, okay? Now, big figure four stretch. So walk your leg out, hold on, bring the leg up. Now, I'm pretty flexible in my hips, so don't freak out if you can't get this far, okay? Do not pull on your foot. No. Keep it flexed, hold on to the shin, and just sit nice and tall. You can bring that leg out further if you want. If it's too much, keep the leg soft knee bend and just get that stretch. But the more flexible you get, the more you lift the bent knee towards you, okay? It feels good. All through the hip. And then we switch. Start with your legs out, hold on, pull your belly in, cross over. Let that knee hang out, flex the foot. And then start walking it in, walking it in. Interesting. This side appears tighter today. If you feel wobbly, that's okay. Hold on for a little bit. Hold on behind the thigh and breathe. Oh, this feels so, so amazing. We worked a lot of glutes today and upper body as well, core and arms. Boy, I'm really wiggly on this side. It's kind of funny. But my body's looking to find balance. That's all it is. I really don't like to have my clients say, I have bad balance, because you just get more bad balance, right? Feet together, hold on to the shins and sit nice and tall. Get those inner thighs to stretch. You like that? Do it. Otherwise, feet out, toes pointed up, and you hinge forward. Where's this ball? You can just press down in the ball. Tuck the chin in. Remember, do your chin check constantly. Pinky finger under your chin, thumb knuckle at the collarbone notch, and then that's your lengthened neck. And breathe. Oh, yeah. Okay, guys, thank you so much for joining me today. I hope it was helpful for you. Please hydrate before, during, and after. Again, any questions on any of this, hit me up. You know where to find me. My website is livefit, livfitt.com. You can always email me at info@livefit or roseanne@livefit.com. I'm happy to directly chat with you through email, through Facebook Messenger, Instagram Messenger, whatever works for you, because it is my job to help you live fit and age well. I want to thank all the folks from Life Pro for making these videos possible, for bringing us such amazing equipment so that we all can live fit and age well. I hope you have a really awesome, awesome rest of your day, evening, week ahead. Peace out. Have a great one, and I'll catch up with you next week. Bye for now.